We've got two businesses. There's the outside catering and the corporate events where we do large scale weddings, corporate functions.
Yeah.
You know, we do some stuff up at the airport, and it's really sort of business lunches and things like that. That's one side. The other side is Tom's Pies, where we manufacture handmade pies to around Devon. We also have a small shop in Bristol on the top of Park Street as an outlet. You're still always going to have a certain amount of paperwork, and I think when I installed the system I thought, great, no more paperwork, you know, but you still need to do the paperwork. It's about eking things out. It's about running the paperwork out and then move, you know, and just slowly moving it into the system, because, you know, the system's great, but it's only as good as much as you put into it. We've got two websites. We've got one for the pies and one for the outside catering. The outside catering has been developed a lot longer than the pie one, and we get regular business, and now it's about getting us up onto the top of the Google list so that we are the first people when they type in outside catering in Devon or wedding catering in Devon, up it comes. So that's, you know, that's what we're working towards at the moment. Yes, they'll always go and look at the website. So whoever comes to us will always see the website, and I think the website's a great first impression. You know, we've got a small 10-minute taster DVD on there so they can see how we operate functions.
Yeah.
Also, like the brief history, ethos, you know, what we believe in, and, you know, pictures of the stuff that we do and some sample menus. And it's very, you know, it's very sharp. It's very contemporary with a sort of quite rustic, and I think it suits the sort of food and the way the business works very well. One of the old guys who worked for me, who thought he was quite a dab hand at the old IT, was doing something on the computer and then came down and said, you know, I've managed to wipe everything off the computer, and I don't know how he managed to do it, but he did it. Whether or not something clicked up and said, do you want to wipe everything on this computer, rather than typing no, he did yes. And then, so we had to sort of then take that off to a computer technician to see how much we can save. But I mean, other than that, we've been quite lucky, but now we've actually kind of got everything sorted. We back everything up every night. You know, we take it away with us with the little, you know.
Does somebody have that as a duty to do?
Yeah,
responsibilities.
Yeah, because again, if, you know, there's so much of the business information on all of these systems, it would really damage us if something, you know, touch wood.
So from knowing actually nothing about IT, what you said before, you're
yeah.
actually telling people to back everything up every day.
Yeah, but I mean, that's common, you know, to a certain extent that's common sense. Well, they're a lot more knowledgeable on IT already.
Okay.
Because it's been, you know what I mean, it's been sort of drummed into them at school every day. You know, when I was at school, it was more like an hour lesson a week, which you didn't really care too much about.
Bedded into their life.
Yeah, and they've got laptops, you know, they're on Facebook, they're already using the bloody system, so they're able to type with more than one finger, which is, you know, very beneficial, because obviously that's one of the things that pisses me off. Get everything registered. So if you find a product that you want to produce, make sure it's written down, it's totally 100% costed, and it is on the computer. So, and every single recipe that you do, make sure you go through that process so it is registered and it's recorded, and you develop a recipe book that you can always go back to. So you know, you always know. My biggest mistake is that it was all up here to start with, all up here. You can get the touchscreen systems that are in the in the loading bay, so where the goods come in, you can touch screen, which will log on to the main PC, so that rather than us writing it, I mean, that's the next stage, rather than writing goods in, okay, yeah, we'll check that out, put the batch number, does it look okay, yeah. You can have a touch screen in there, so it's kind of, you're just tapping it and then it automatically gets logged on the system. You can also get them installed in the kitchen, where you can, if you know, there's a certain amount of pies that they need to make in one day, then they can go onto the system, pull up the recipe and have that as a sort of a touch screen thing going on in the kitchen. So I think, you know, that's where I see it developing. I don't have any regrets. Obviously, if I'm still in the same boat 2 years, you know, 5 years from now, then yeah, it will piss me off. But at the moment, it's just.
You think IT will take you further though.
Yeah, I'm hoping the things that we're spending money on and developing at this stage is definitely going to benefit us in the future. Forget about sleep and the social life, and go far.